what is invention? Invention is the first step in rhetoric, finding what to say to support our argument, or more simply, to create our communication, be it a public speech, a document, a website, etc. Invention derives from Latin and literally means to find, to actually bump into. We can say that invention is the action of brainstorming in order to find good ideas. In order to make invention easier, ancient orators suggested thinking about 3 different aspects, which we are now going to discover. Let us move for a moment to the world of advertisement, where this kind of strategy is used in an extreme way, so to speak. You can see here 3 pictures taken from quite different commercials. The first one is about a perfume. The second one is about a slow squeezing juicer. The third one shows a man proudly offering a tortellini dish. He's the owner of the company and he's been doing tortellini for a large part of his life. See the videos and take a moment to think about what each of them wants to suggest. The first example surreptitiously suggests that if we use that product, a perfume, which is never actually shown to the audience, let alone described, we will become like the protagonist, a winner. The second instead lingers on the product and praises its technical characteristics, the slow squeezing technique that allows preserving all the nutrients. The third example tells us that the producer knows what he's doing. He's been making tortellini for so many years. These 3 commercials exemplify the 3 aspects ancient orators suggested to take into consideration. They called them ethos, pathos, and logos, which mean the credibility of the speaker, the effect on the audience, and facts about the thing under discussion. So, this is advice number 1 concerning invention. Think about these 3 aspects. Let's make an example. Imagine you are preparing a project proposal. Of course, you will linger most on what you mean to do, but make sure that you also introduce yourself as someone actually capable of running the project, and that you show in what sense your audience will benefit from what you do. What good will come if your project is approved? Let us now move to another important tip related to the invention phase, which is to think about possible objections by the audience. This is something that, for example, politicians do all the time. Before a TV show or a public event, they discuss with their team what objections could be raised, especially the really bad ones, in order to be set to answer and not be embarrassed. In the life of an engineering scholar, thinking about possible objections can be useful in many situations. Let us see an example. In the frame of a technical project I was involved in, the partners spent the afternoon before the final review brainstorming to identify critical questions the reviewers could raise in order to get set to answer. The possible objections were grouped under reasonable categories. Then possible answers were proposed and discussed. And the last step of the process was selecting which objections to raise ourselves without waiting to be asked, and which not to raise and just be prepared to answer if the case. A further tip, more sophisticated, is to anticipate also wishes. What is the audience expecting or hoping for? Let us see an example. The short text you see is taken from the description of a tour in the Silicon Valley. It clearly anticipates the visitor's wish, which is to see the real thing and be allowed to get where only employees can get. Invention can be seen as a brainstorming session, in which you try to come up with as many good ideas as you can. After you have put a number of elements on a blank page, you may want to organize them into groups, moving from brainstorming to brain mapping. One possibility could be to divide them, following the triad ethos, logos, pathos, or in different groups, more suitable for the topic you're dealing with. This will help you see, for example, if you have enough of everything. In conclusion, we can say that invention is a crucial phase. Discussing in a group is certainly useful if the situation allows, but keep in mind that, quite likely, this is not a phase that you will close once and for all. You will be revising your invention in later moments while creating your speech, book, project, or whatever it is. My final advice is, please remember to take your time. You do not know when good ideas will come. You may have had the experience of having a row with someone and then, in the middle of the night, waking up with the right words you should have said. And yes, that's invention, even if it comes too late.